Hello, everyone. In today's presentation session, I'm going to present on Dr. Johnson's enduring admiration for the rap of the lock. These are my academic information introduction. Uh, I'm going to talk about Alexander Pope's The Rap of the Lock. The Rap of the Lock is a mock epic that turns the theft of a lock of hair into an epic tale, reflecting on societal frivolities. It was first published in 1712 and later expanded in 1714 into its final five canto form. Dr. Samuel Johnson, a leading literary critic of the 18th century, praised this work for its wit, innovative style, and moral depth. Johnson regarded it as an enduring piece of literary art that masterfully balanced humor with serious societal critique. Pope's mock heroic brilliance. Dr. Johnson admired how Pope used the conventions of classical epics such as heroic couplets and invocations to present a trivial incident. This blending of grandeur with triviality created humor and emphasized the absurdity of human vanity. Johnson particularly noted the elegance of Pope's style, describing it as both airy and ingenious. For example, the mock battle over a card game cleverly mirrors epic combat scenes, showcasing Pope's ability to parody with entertaining ingenious use of machinery. What is machinery? The term machinery in literary criticism refers to supernatural elements that propel the narrative. Pope incorporated Rosicrucian sylphs, celestial beings, to add whimsy and structure to his story. Johnson comments on that uh, this choice as both original and effective. The sylphs' inability, inability to prevent the theft of the lock humorously mirrors human futility. Johnson noted how this light-hearted approach allowed Pope to critique society without offending sensibilities. A memorable moment is when a sylph tries to protect the lock but is humorously cut by the Baron's scissors, only to reform again. Satirical critique of society. The central themes of the poem are aristocratic vanity and materialism. Dr. Johnson praised Pop for using humor to expose societal flaws, particularly the tendency to prioritize appearances over virtues. Clarissa's speech in the poem, in the last canto, underscores this moral lesson, emphasizing that beauty without reason is meaningless. Johnson admired Pope's subtle yet pointed critiques, such as lines mocking fashionable lifestyles. Hear thou, great Anna, whom three realms obey, though sometimes counsel take and sometimes tea. Wit and literary devices. Johnson observed that Pope's use of wit and literary devices impressed him, who saw the Rap of the Lock as a testament to Pope's poetic mastery. Johnson highlighted Pope's use of irony, such as juxtaposition of grand epic language with trivial subjects. What mighty contests rise from trivial things? These lines humorously mocks the overblown importance people assign to minor events. The poem's antithesis and clever wordplay enhance its satirical impact while delighting readers. Moral and universal appeal. Beyond its humor, Dr. Johnson saw the poem as a moral reflection on human behavior. He noted how Pope's satire extends to universal truths about vanity and superficiality. For instance, the transformation of the stolen lock into a constellation symbolizes humanity's tendency to immortalize trivial concerns. Johnson praised Pope's ability to balance sharp social commentary with enduring charm, making the poem relevant across generations. Enduring appeal. Dr. Johnson called the poem as a work of everlasting delight. He praised its ability to blend humor, wit, and moral insight seamlessly. Final thoughts by Dr. Johnson is the poem remains a timeless masterpiece, resonating with readers for its clever critique of human nature and its reflection of societal values. Here I conclude my presentation. Dr. Johnson's commentary on The Rape of the Lock highlights its unique place in English literature. He celebrated Pope's ingenuity, his use of satire, and his moral reflections. For Johnson, the poem was not just a playful parody, but a profound critique of human vanity, ensuring its legacy as a classic. These are my references, and thank you. You can ask any questions.
Smriti, my question is, how does Pope use mock heroic style?
Pope combines epic conventions with trivial subjects, using grand language to highlight the absurdity and human vanity.
Shruti, my question is, what societal flaws does the poem critique?
The poem critiques materialism, vanity, and superficial priorities in aristocratic life. Thank you.